Hello folks, in today's video I wanted to talk about something I don't think people ever talk about widely in our community, which is Story of ARK delays. Now, don't get me wrong, I love ARK. I love it from 2015 when I discovered it first, but can we agree that it does have some flaws, which for example all the delays, that they happen now almost every release. Not mentioning ARK 2 for now, but when did this all madness began? This is what I wanted to talk about in this video. Also, quick side note, this video isn't meant to be hate on Wildcard or anything, just a quick remark on this rather funny history. I'm not so sure, but I'm assuming it all began with Aberration, at least DLC-wise, way back in 2017. It's almost 8 years since Aberration released, isn't that crazy? But well, let's go back to the topic. Aberration DLC was announced on September 1st, 2017, which was 1 year after Scorched Earth released. Kinda cute from Wildcard to celebrate this anniversary like that. Anyway, Aberration was announced with this trailer. I am not so sure when, but sometime around October 21st, 2017, Aberration was delayed. People weren't too shocked about that since not too much advertisement was shown for it, except creature reveals, which were shown in turn-up dossier art picture. They were shown all the way since September 9th to December 8th, 2017. Finally, on November 22, 2017, the final date for Aberration has finally been revealed, which was December 12th. Pretty excited to get the release date, and this time it wasn't delayed. Well, I think it's safe to assume that Aberration was the foreshadowing of future delays. Next DLC on Ark's path was Extinction, which wasn't delayed, though it was announced on 19th of June 2018. Its release date was set to November 6th of that year, and for Extinction they kept that day. This was hopeful for future. And next, an official DLC for Ark for Guerrero also appeared without delays. Can this be start of new bright future of Ark without delays, with Wildcard finally not giving dates without being sure if they make it? Well... Next DLCs for ARK, which was Genesis Part 1 and 2, was announced on August 8th, 2019. Part 1 was supposed to be released in December 2019 and Part 2 was supposed to be winter 2020. But well, Genesis Part 1 was firstly postponed to January 2020 with of reasons I can't find anywhere, sorry. But then it was delayed yet again to February 25th. Which still doesn't seem too bad, but it was released 2 months after the initial release date, and almost 7 months after the first announcement of it. Jesse and Jeremy delighted to February with this message. Jesse and Jeremy here. We know things have been a bit quiet on Genesis news for the past few weeks, even though there is much more to show you. We've been deeply immersed in the pre-release development process. That being said, we are writing today to tell you that the final release date for Genesis Part 1 is now February 25th, 2020. See, how do you read that on all platforms? This additional delay will no doubt come as a disappointment to everyone who is eagerly awaiting Genesis. We're extremely sorry to push it back an extra month, but as we have been heads down with the rest of team polishing, balancing, and putting the final pieces together, we really thought that the extra wait will be worth it, both for the quality of the base game and the ambitious new expansion. After Genesis Part 1 there was Crystal Isles, which was out with no delays thankfully. But well, there's Genesis Part 2 still. Maybe it will be on time. Well, it wasn't. It was ultimately released on 5th of June 2021. It was firstly delayed on July 27, 2020 due to COVID and the staff of the Wildcard being forced to work remotely, which was a huge damage to Wildcard, slowing their work on Gen 2. Sadly, the first delay wasn't the last one. Then in Community Crunch 256, it was delayed to May 26, 2021, with following words. We know that what you want is news on Genesis 2, so let's not mince words and get straight to it. We have decided to push our final DLC release date to 26th of May for PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Stadia. First and foremost, please accept our humble apologies. We are disappointed and have no doubt everyone eagerly waiting Genesis 2 will feel that along with us. As we shared before, the studio transitioned to working remotely near the beginning of last year, presenting some particular constraints. Being entirely virtual is quite challenging for various teams with a shift from an in-office workflow. In addition to the complications of working remotely, one challenge has been figuring out how to close out the LOVE Ark saga faithfully, from a narrative, cinematic, and endgame-wise perspective. It's something close to our hearts that we want to honor as the grand finale. This journey we've all taken through Ark Survival Evolved over the past 6 years is important to our players and us, and the extra time will make a massive difference to the quality of Gen 2 when it lands in your hands. We are passionate about delivering something truly special, and we are confident this extension will allow us to give you the epic finale you deserve. And lastly, Genesis Part 2 was delayed to June 2 on May 12, 2021. It wasn't a bad delay, but the map has already been delayed 2 times, which at this point was unusual. And well, Gen 2 was released on June 3rd, 2021 after many months of delay. The map was finally here. The other 2 unofficial maps that came to ASC afterwards didn't have such a problem, so I think the story is finally over. Wait, what's that sound? Oh my god! For Genesis Part 2 release on December 12, 2020, Ark was announced. And now, isn't that super exciting? A brand new adventure, brand new game, and it's gonna be here in 2022. This is going to be so good. Well, to this day, we haven't seen Ark 2, and mind you, we are in 2025, so 3 years after the initial planned release. Now, what went wrong with that? On March 31st, 2023, Ark Survival Ascended was announced. What was first meant to be a free Ark with ASC became a brand new remake of Ark. ASA was announced with bundle with Ark 2, which didn't end up happening, but most importantly, it was announced to be released on August 2023, which ultimately ended up being delayed in July 2023 to be released in late October 2023. Also, Scorched Earth was supposed to release with it, but at the same date it was delayed to winter 2023, ultimately releasing in April 2024, delayed just almost 8 months. Sadly, it will become a trend on ASA. Yeah, do you remember that one roadmap they shared? Well, throw it out to the trash, none of that matters anymore. Dissenter came out on June 5th, 2024, instead of May 2024, which isn't too bad, but still. Aberration came out on September 5th, 2024, instead of June 2024. Extinction came out on December 20th, 2024, instead of October 2024. Ragnarok came out on July 20, 2025, instead of September 2024, plus it had additional delays in the way. Valguero came out on October 8, 2025, instead of December 2024, and it also had additional delays in the way. And that wasn't the first Mo roadmap for ASA, but honestly, I don't want to look at the other one because it's just like sad what was meant to be. Oh, and one other thing, Crystal Isles and Lost Island aren't on the current roadmap, but they were supposed to release in April and August 2025 respectively, and last date in current roadmap is Fjordur for late 2026. So, will Lost Island and Crystal Isles be released in 2027? And we can't be certain for other releases, but we can hope they'll come out on the set dates. Now, I know I talked pretty vaguely about the delays of ASA DLCs, but honestly I don't think it's worth talking about them much, since they just been so often. I really don't want to make a deep dive for them now. But I'm not even sure if I got everything here. Hell, I don't even know if this is half of it. I can only hope I did, because I've been typing this for super long already. But please tell me in the comments what did I miss. And also, Wildcard, where is the animated series season 1 part 2? Does it exist? It was supposed to be out this year. The series delays are so confusing. I think I'll just do a separate video for it. But ending this massive wall of text, I really want to remind all of you that I do love ARK, ASA, animated series and everything, but I just wanted to do this video since this is just funny to me how far that this delay lore has come to, and I haven't did that deep dive into all of the delays for the reasons I told Ariel. And also, this is my first time doing a video like of this sort, so please leave a comment telling me what I should improve, probably everything. But please, if you enjoyed, leave a like or subscription or a comment, it will mean a lot for me. I think this is gonna be this for this short episode, short explanation, short anything, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.